one Shane here to come back to come and hunt him as a player. Because you say strikers on the market, you know. More readily available to move. We are talking about Sesko, we are talking about Gokares, we are talking about Victor Osimhen. These three top. Out and out center forward to meet me a movie. Who Victor Gokares? Who a player clubs in Shenamba? O former manager Ruben Amorim. Amorim is now the manager at Manchester United. Amorim per attacker. I'll bet me about Sane 3 background, one ball with 2 up top, and then 2 inside number things. No, you are experiencing that system. Rich, for Victor Gyökeres to go to record Portugal for no say he is turning down an offer from Manchester United because of a Champions League football that leaves him with only one viable option. Because Barca for now and clear, they don't want a striker this summer. And then in himself, Barca for options is looking for somebody that can play on the left wing. And your details will come and talk about that. Madrid do not want a centre forward. Atletico de Madrid don't want centre forward. Chelsea are turning centre forward in Liam Delap. Or better next person and Victor Gyökeres. If you go to somewhere like Man City, they don't need a centre forward. Arsenal and Liverpool don't even need a centre forward. Or better a centre forward. And we know that team and Liverpool are linked to a friend is saying Alexander Isak and second Hugo Ekitike. And even with them, almost here centre forward. Teams are not here centre forward were Barcelona, were Chelsea, and Arsenal. Barcelona because Lewandowski and so sometimes they would have looked for an option, especially some of the young boys like Pablo Torre. Then you look at the other side, like Chelsea, because on the centre forward, out and out, car. Then the conversation around a branch team and friend Arsenal, because they also do not have out and out centre forward. Any Manchester United.
I'm not going to say clear. I'm going to Benjamin Sesko.
Exactly. What I mean, man.
No problem is it?
Manchester United is an option viable. Arsenal option viable. Then you are correct to say that you will turn down an offer to go to Manchester United because of Champions League. Now I can't only Arsenal. Arsenal, so as we know. What the young fan say Arsenal can't so to match compare Benjamin Sesko. They are deciding between who and Benjamin Sesko. So they choose Benjamin Sesko now for I also got transporting another one season. Now next season once I'm 26, 27 years going forward. I brought a friend Victor Gyökeres. I don't think his management has handled the issue well. My emotions are doing when him kind of handling of the transfer. No? And I want to it to affect him. Which Asima me Babe King. It will sound like me Mambo 4 to the eyes of Barca fans.
Prophet of Doom.
Yes. But Mr. Take your time and listen to me to the end. Me conclusion in my analysis now. Many upside down. I don't think Barca will be able to buy Nico Williams. Mamenya specific. I don't think the Barca beats me to Nico Williams this summer. To me.
Reason.
Okay. Me sure the Barca Nivea would not like to listen to this, but I have to say it. And my dream home from Friday. Which Marc-André ter Stegen is still on the books of Barcelona. Gabi Bekachi, and it is true, Galatasaray Fono know that Fernando Muslera and they would want to replace him. They have still not come in and given any concrete offer to Abrante ter Stegen because the briefing from Germany tells us that Marc-André ter Stegen will stay in Barcelona. Now, this Avi ter Stegen leaves Barcelona and goes to team and friend Galatasaray. Nyayetini say ene. Team my friend Espanyol have been told and informed formally say Barca for each year they release clause for one Garcia and it's going to be the number 1 goalkeeper. Which okay last week in front of Mundo they told us that Barca need 4 to 5 major sales to be able to do a major incoming to Barcelona team name. The names on the list were young Barcelona player or on loan to I think Porto Trincao. There was Jean-Claude Todibo. There was also a branch friend Pablo Torre, and there was another Barcelona player, even away from a branch friend and Soumani Fati. Let's add Fati to it. Major sales. Fati will not be a major sale because a major loan with an option or obligation to buy at the end of the summer. Which Barca are still not 1v1 or 1:1. especially after triggering the release clause of Abrantia, your friend Juan Garcia from Espanyol to come to their team. No, they are giving Abrantia friend Juan Garcia about 5 times the salary and Oje or Espanyol to add. Iti Ter Stegen salary no Barca books so. Barca have not sold all of these 4 players. Then again, they are adding Abrantia friend Juan Garcia salary increasing to the books so. Now let's go to Abrantia friend in Nico Williams, which Barca want to say call Bilbao to go and understand the nitty-gritties of doing the deal for Nico Williams. Now it was simple. You are paying a 62 to 64 million euro release clause for Abrantia friend Nico Williams. 2, release clause now Utiano. Ubetiano up front. And Mr. say make up front. I'm explaining that says can memo 10 million. Abia next season mama another 20 million. Abia third season mama another 30 million now. So there be you're turning us straightforward. And that is how the release clause system work over there. Unless they get Athletic Club, they'll be about to agree to that. Something that's very unusual. Because in Spain, you pay the money, you take the player. Like Juan Garcia, 25 million, and a simple job. What for player next year? Rich, there is a part of Nico Williams' contract for Athletic Club de Bilbao that explains that. Sikana Barca betia for Nico Williams now. They have to pay the inflated amount. Barca for Athletic Club for anybody signs our contracts now. Now the release clause here, the 60 million plus euros release clause here. How many shame say? Maybe a day or sign a contract no. Inflation a keskan. So the value of 62 million or 64 million 2 years or 3 years ago and then it's not the same. It is always just a release clause now. You calculate the inflated amount. In terms of the inflation within that time span about 5%, 2%, 3%. You calculate 5% of the money, add it to Sika, as a 62 million, 64 million before so be trading in upfront. We are rich. Then you come in and then pay the boys wages of 200 to about 300,000 euros per week. That is a lot of money for Barca to cough up. You see, in Kenya problem. I've seen Barca do it before, especially under Hoidi Cry for money, Matteo Alimani. The financial engineering was brilliant in getting the likes of Jules Koundemu to come into the team. But my point of departure is that the problem is mainly about, say, in the Spanish La Liga and for Athletic Club de Bilbao, you can't make the payment in a structure. Nico Betimi at Tinisi Council. Obetimi at pay out to Barcelona because he wants to play there. Report from Spain suggests that say, catch your boys and they say, Charlie Messermo, from Barcelona. He told them. But the problem is the amount that Athletic Club de Bilbao would want to take. Which, unlike Luis Diaz deal, Barca can buy Luis Diaz this summer. I'm very certain. So, and fan favorite, Barca fans, play a more penny power between these two. Hey, Nico. But feasibility. Oh, Barca for the penny coaching Luis Diaz.
Okay, Mami Musa Barca fans.
Yeah.
Between him and Anthony
and
Nico Williams.
Yeah.
And Luis Diaz of Liverpool.
Yeah.
When they am number 1.
Barca for
Mumu fuse on no munyana mope.
Barca for no feeling Nico. I don't know whether because on a Lamini was a telepathic relationship. No. And I've also seen that story. Yeah. I've also
of course a Spanish national team.
And you know, now that for passing a Pedro. Plus Alejandro Baldi. People usually don't talk about that. Alejandro Baldi is here and down for power. So you look at all of these things and you ask yourself, say, Charlie, how is it that Barca are going to do that deal? Which are a little bit different with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz here in a wedding this weekend in Nicom, Colombia. Or in a long-time girlfriend, beautiful lady. Rich, Barca for an evaluation of Luis Diaz is 60 million. If Liverpool will give them a good structure, and it's possible because now at this point in time you can negotiate to Liverpool.
And the amount of time
it's over time they are. Then I'm thinking say Luis Diaz deal can come to.
So far messages are about no Penico no.
Yeah.
You have Chesa, Abusco, Budi Julius, Mickey Derrick, Frimpong Manson, Dominic.
Yeah. Barca fan favorite Nico. They love Nico Williams.
Wow.
And it's a Mbappe stats analysis. You can say if you don't listen to it well, when you say I make it was a Barca team turn. But those are the key things.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I hope Barca will find a financially smart way in getting rid of the two players. Louis and Kenya bad.
Normal levels no fine.
Levels now. Levels do my yeah. So levels.
So now what you way?
Oh, that's it.
Na ba sa dia kan ko an no money.
It's
What
okay.
to Japan dia. Yes ba sa de ka dey. Dia kan ko an.
But to me, when they started saying,
Can do so.
but to me, when they started saying, Jumana, Omaha Club Nissan. But I think they say Spotify company will start here. No munya some gates proceeds now. They'll be fine and they're able to sell players. One key thing is how they'll get Ter Stegen out of the books. Ultimately, Ter Stegen so free order, it gives them a leverage. Which Club World Cup will start here. Na mini matches na no. Then I will need Jim. Which one you say enumerate 7 Ghana time. We are correct power US.
Say Lidium 5.
It's about 2.
Lidium 5 hours.
Michel Paris Saint-Germain let go about the game. We are correct for in fact now I'm about to cry me fe.
Minim say any cameras no. As I won't try ye.
You see
You are me my companies as
yeah.
So share ABI Premier League, La Liga no. Now the compare we any coverage now. Minim say cameras no.
I think
the nation in
yeah, I think the last thing now can be Bisa Rich. FIFA is trying too hard to Americanize football. What's our introduction to Parkinson? You both be facing me who say, as some America line maybe it's a marketing strategy to get Native Americans to love the sport and grow the sports there. But for those of us you're more in tune with the African and the European style of playing the game. No, as in share and of course, buying share 10-0, and we know the story of Auckland for no. I'm more semi-proof for. And I'm buying for a child number 2. Buying the much number 2 really rich. They'll beat you. Paris Saint-Germain say the Juma 4-0 against Atletico de Madrid. And now Parminas. Rich, did you see Chelsea's new boy? Enojo. He was the man of the match. Man of the match performance. I've said several times, most of the times it's the scout reports. And now at 10 p.m. I was seated. And then Estavao Nkwa, Portofo small baby friend Roberto Mora. Very, very good like Estavao William. And 2 boys, no. Oh my days. You see, Adia Meme Peo Estavao on the night was that he didn't try to do so much. Rich, Ebi South America ko Euro fufro. Obi Africa ko gbo club work for so chin, no be also dim chin. No. Ojibo on a simple no ejemu. Oji anu ejemu. Then he stays in good position. And he played in a much more free role. Left, right, central. And then I was not shocked at all when our bench friend Estavao William was the man of the match for another game now. It was fan voted though, but he was the man of the match. And then you made Chelsea ball against Los Angeles FC. Enzo Maresca say on there on fan. See another conference league next year. Ball against Jagading, you see team in here. I see what matters is that the team has to win. And I think I agree with him. A bad thing, not the group stage. But winning. I think there can be a mini preseason for them and to see themselves together. I'm excited to see some of the boys. Be to say, Mamadou Samo. I want to see what my pendants will bring. I really want to see a branch of friend Liam Delap and then it's a game that Chelsea should win. I think that is where we'll draw the curtain. Of course, and boys now go enjoy it. From a first day on the Club World Cup, no boom pa and a boys thing and so we are ready to go back and win. One of the codes are a long code for all of the games in the first round of the group stage matches now. And yes, so and the matches in Kwan. The first one here 1F DA 3A and then DA. And the first one here 12 odds. Next one here 1F DA 3B and then FA and a 5+ odds. Third one here 1F DA 3A and then 0.5. Fourth one for and then a 1F DA 3.8 EC and here just 2 matches Chelsea match and then the subsequent match and the last one we had a long bet for the first round matches now. Amachi Diwe Eka Homa Boy, but the rest of the matches are there. 1F D997BO. Rich, these are the codes are there. Medija na area VVI Kamakawan. Rich, And then so trap you. And then I'll try to pound my can't change their fee. And I'm real fee. Ucha, you will win in the name who chance.
Apo Di Calito, as you please, good morning.
Yeah.
Richardo, I want to ask you, are you still a Manchester United fan after what they did to you? I remember you said you didn't support the team again. Team I have bomb Sakula.
Because I'm better with Jai. Because no Jai, I read about Sakura beam.
Manchester there. In
Moja. In any movie.
Part of me.
It's part of you.
Part and parcel.
Is that a parcel? And Chelsea be show. Los Angeles they say
we move team.
And you anything. Group stage need here. I tell Chelsea 9 points. Los Angeles in your match.
Mo PSG no Bayern, Real Madrid. On na name who say fi Chelsea.
PSG ni Bayern no.
Na le we meet.
PSG mo beba 1 of 16 quarter final.
PSG team no Enra. Me sure me Atletico man. I was like, omo ye train na.
Right. But
Atletico man team no omo bie simple.
Atletico boys say we are near 2 months.
Oh man. America we am boni.
I'm say I want to more we am ho. Na me bisa say we are PSG for more we am na. Because
we have bad losers.
I say so we are
bad losers. Yeah, so.
Simeone Inzaghi say Abrana Luis Enrique ehia more on the left wing. No mo ko to Vicha Kvaratskhelia and a man. It's Michel and there akwesi on which Imirecheska.
Sure.
Ti uti media Michel star 281# for our phone. Now book code net change share from option natural options now honum. Na min cheuska na nyasika kakra idea honum very important say obenya bibi kakra e dey show ho honum. Which Nico Williams say we no. Yes, small survey no.
Nico Williams on the winning.
Okay.
Winning. Now me baza for me to masio. Sa Branton mo koe no. Some trigger
release clause.
Release clause no. And some ma for Branton na. Na mo niska mo nyai. Mo akra ti o enya baza for ya no mo say.